Hello guys, my name's Clippyyy.
Sorry about that. And today we're going to be doing a Photoshop tutorial on how to make a banner, a YouTube damn banner. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. So I already have a YouTube template that I like because it has boundaries and certain rulers. And I did already make this photo. I just it's hard for me to make it like exactly from scratch while recording, since I don't know if it's gonna go well. Since I already made this, is pretty good. And this is my last one. As you can see, it looks pretty similar to the one I already made, the one I just made a few minutes ago. But yeah. And it's pretty nice. And this is recorded over because it's really hard to record over. Live while you're doing it. It's just a pain. I gotta think, man. All right. So I really do like this design. It looks really good. It's abstract, grungy, and has those outlines that I do like. It's awesome. So I got this template from a guy named CCO, and he's really awesome. I'll leave the YouTube channel in the description below. That's where I got it because I really like his rulers. So yeah, and I really like this photo. So yeah, let's get into it. Please do not steal this. All right, that'd be a bitch move. Just use it as like just change it a lot. All right. So yeah, let's do this. All right. So the first thing you can do is get a brush tool and kind of just like make it like glow kind of around the center. This is what it kind of does, and it makes it kind of like, oh damn, and it makes it look kind of better since in the middle it's a little bit brighter. So I usually get the paint tool, make it to white, and then put it down, smack down in the middle. So right now I'm trying to figure out why it's not taking the shape as the brush. I don't know why Photoshop does this, but whatever. And there's a cool way to line your paintbrush if it's like not in the middle. So here I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I can't really see it and it sucks. So first make a new layer. All right. I was trying to play with the hardness and stuff. So yeah, it's awesome. And make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And yeah. So this 1500 pixel size for a brush is way too much. I recommend like around 1000. That's a fucking good size right around there. So yeah, I'm gonna put it to 1000 right now, and yeah, it looks pretty good. So basically, I'm going to hit it. Then I'm gonna hit the cursor tool. Let's go to your, if you want to align it, go to your background. Hit the magic wand tool. Just click on it. It should select everything around. If you can see those little lines, go back to your brush tool. Then go up to the top and you can see these little buttons appear, and you can kind of align it with those, with the second and fifth one. So yeah, it's a really good tool. But you know, Photoshop has this thing where it lets you align it. So now I'm going to add noise to it, because noise kind of smoothens out the brush, because as you can see there's little rings around it. It looks really crappy. So I'm going to go to my brush, and then I'm going to lower the opacity down to like 30 or 40, and yeah, it looks pretty good. But I also need to make sure to change it to soft light so it looks a little bit more dimmer and just better. So I'm going to put the opacity back up to like 55, and it looks pretty good. It looks really even and nice. So now I'm going to put my text down. The font I am using is Flip Bash Regular. I'll make sure to leave a link to where I downloaded it in the description. So make sure to check that out. And but one thing that you might notice is that your text will look a little bit different from mine. And what I mean by that is the spaces between the letters. And why it looks different is because I did this little technique where I made the space between the letters made it a bit bigger so it can look more even. So basically, you're just gonna select it all, hit Control T, and then around where it says VA, you can control how big the spaces between the letters are. And it's a really handy tool if you want to, make obviously the spaces in your text bigger between your letters. So I'm just going to put that away. I already did it, and it's pretty good, around 320. So then I'm just going to line it one more time. Go to your background layer, get the magic wand tool. It'll select everything, and then go to your text or whatever you want to align that's in your layer. Then just go up there, and it should align it if you do the second and fifth one. So yeah. and it should make it exactly in the middle, horizontally and vertically. So now we're going to go into the text, and here's where the fun part comes out. Basically, we're going to change the layer style first. So we're going to go into stroke, change to 3 pixels. That looks pretty good. And let's go to outer glow, change the blend mode back to normal, put the color to like a lightish blue, and then I'm going to probably put the opacity back to 100. So it looks a little bit less, like without less opacity, since it looks like crap like that. So I'm going to put the opacity to 100, and then put the spread to around 30, and then leave the size at 7. And this looks pretty nice. I like how it has the two kind of the outlines, black and blue, and I think it looks really nice. So I now did that, and now I'm going to kind of look at the other picture for a little bit more reference. And as you can see, the text is still a little bit different, because inside of the other image that I made earlier is that it has like a texture to it inside of it. So, and I really like that look, so I'm going to go into my folder, into some folders real quick, and then kind of put like a nice texture into it. I'll show you kind of like how to do that. So I go into my folder, choose a texture, and then I'm just going to stretch it out so it fits the text length. And then I'm going to hold Alt and then my mouse, and then I'm going to drag it a little bit down and hover over that kind of line, and that should appear. Then just click on it, and then the texture should go inside your letters. And then what you do is you change the opacity down a lot, because if you do it like to 100% opacity, it looks like shit. And as you can see, the text looks almost exactly like the one I just made. Now what's only left is the borders, the colors, and the grunge type of look. So I'm going to pull out the rulers, and I'm going to make a nice little boundary thing. So always make sure to put a new layer, because it always fucks up when you don't, and it sucks. So make a new layer. Then I'm going to do around the bottom line in the middle, and then I'm going to just make it go straight into the middle one. This I kind of want to put a little bit of design, and I'm only going to go to the middle with the pencil, so I don't have to repeat the same exact thing on the other side, since it's always a pain to make it exactly symmetrical on the other side. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and then I'm going to close it up, hide the rulers, and then I'm going to right click it, hit fill path, and then I'm going to change it to a grayish color, and you can always change it to black too. That always works. So I'm going to change it to a gray color, a light gray. I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to delete the path. And yeah, that's basically the boundary. So now I need to Control J it to duplicate it. And then once I did that, I'm going to hit Control T, and then I'm going to flip horizontally. And then I'm going to hit apply transformation. Then I'm going to just move it to the other side, and it should be perfectly symmetrical. Because if you don't, it's really hard to do, and it's a pain in the ass. This is way easier, and it looks probably better. So now that I have that, as you can see with the rulers, it's perfectly symmetrical on all sides. It's really good. So yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to merge the layers together, because I need to move this bottom one, duplicate it, and put it to the top. So I'm going to merge the layer 7 and layer 7 copy. Hit Control, select them both, and then hit Control E, and that should merge them. Hit Control J to duplicate it, flip it vertically, apply transformation, then pull it back up like that. And then there's other stuff that I do too, like I put outline, and then I kind of make it merge in within the kind of banner like that, like it looks like it's almost transparent. So I'm gonna do that maybe a little bit later. For right now, I'm just gonna merge the top and the bottom together by hitting Control, selecting them both, and then hitting Control E. All right. So now as you can see, there's a lot more. I put like a flare in there. I have the symbols down below. But it's it's getting there, and it's looking pretty good already. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into my folders, and then I'm going to choose 2 flares that I'm going to use to make it how I did like the other. So I'm going to choose the Rated pack, and Rated is a graphic designer on YouTube. and he has really good flares and stuff like that, and a really good graphic designer. So check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description below to his channel. It's really awesome, and I have to give him credit because I use a lot of his stuff. So I'm going to pull out 2 flares, and the first flare is for that like bottom text that I did in the first image, and this one is so I can get that grungy look around the flare that I want for my photo or for my banner. So then I'm going to hit Control, select both of them, bring them down below the borders because I don't want it above the borders. And as you can see, the blueness is kind of like how it is on my other photo, and it looks pretty good. I really like the blue color. So as you can see, it's a lot different because it's 2 images. First, you have to put the opacity down so they can kind of go through each other, and it looks pretty nice. So I'm going to put the Clippyyy above it, and then I'm going to get the first flare that I have, and then just bring it a little bit down below the text since it looks nice. And yeah, as you can see, since I'm pulling it down, it doesn't really affect the tops or behind the boundaries because no one's gonna look there. It's YouTube. No one really looks at it through a TV, so I think you're pretty good there. And I can now. What sucks is I can only move it up and down. I can't move it side to side, or else it'd be a space, but like right there left of it. So, and I really do not want that because people are gonna be able to see that. So, all right. So I'm just gonna move it. I can only move it up and down, which is perfect since I already like the position of it. And then I'm gonna go to my second flare. Unhide it, and then I could change around with the position, but I think it looks pretty good like that. So what I do is I have to change the opacity of this one and the other flare, as you can see, like I did in this one. So then I'm just playing around with what I did because I kind of pulled this out of my butt, and I really just did it like just randomly. So yeah, it looks really nice. So what I'm going to do is the same type of thing I did with the boundaries on the other one, how it kind of merges in and looks really nice. So don't do luminosity, that was a mistake. Go to normal. You can put the opacity down to like really low, to like around 20%, or like 30%. That looks also pretty good. But there's one thing that I messed up. When you do the layer style, you can make it so, or the color I'll do that later. So you go into layer style, hit normal, and then I'm going to add an outer glow to the boundaries, or the kind of boundaries, but like the kind of outline. And then I'm going to put the opacity to 100, and for some reason already it's not showing, which is a real big pain actually. So I'm going to put it to normal. I'm going to change the opacity back to 100, I think. Yes, I do. And then that's probably it. I think I do. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick also. So yeah. Alright, change the size to 10, and I'll probably change the spread to 5. That looks pretty good. So then I hit OK, and then I kind of look at it, and it looks a little bit different already. Because I did one thing messed up. I forgot to put it's a soft light, and that sucks. So I realized that now, and I go back to it, and then I put it to soft light. I put the opacity all the way up, and then I change it to soft light. And then I'm like, oh shit, I screwed that up. So I go back into the blending options, go to outer glow, change it from 100% to 35% opacity, and yeah, it looks pretty good. And I that at 0, I think, and it looks pretty good, at least what I think. And then I put this pixel size down to 7 again. So this looks already pretty nice. I'm already kind of liking it, but there's one thing that I didn't do, is that the flare isn't showing up because the other picture is blocking it. So what I have to do for the flares is like make the opacity lower. But first I forgot that the brush that I used that makes it wider around the middle, I forgot to put that above everything else, so I quickly did that. So then I look at the flares, I put the opacity down so you can kind of see the other flare popping in the back. But that's 50%, and then I put the other one back to another percent, or I put that back to 50%. the second flare, and then I put the other flare to like 75, I don't remember. So I look back at it, I'm looking back at it, and then I go back to the first flare, and then I put the opacity down to like 60, I guess. 60 is pretty good. So it looks pretty nice. It's already coming together. You can kind of see the flares. It looks good. And it's kind of coming along slowly but surely, and very, very nice. So as you can see, this is what we did. Pretty awesome. And yeah. So now I'm just playing around with the opacity of it, putting that to 50, then putting the other one back to like 37. Alright, and as you can see, it looks pretty good, but there's something in the middle of it. It looks really fucked up. As you can see, there's like something like really like a texture in the middle, and I'll figure out this problem a little bit later, and I'm trying to figure out like right now, like what is that texture that just popped out of the middle. And what it is that texture that I wanted to put inside the Clippyyy so I can make it look a little bit better, it kind of got out on accident. So I bring it back up above the Clippyyy, hold Alt, and then I drag it into the Clippyyy, and then I put the same layer texture style into the Clippyyy. The really Clippyyy text that I like. So, and then I'm going to just look at my first image again so I can kind of relate to the second image, so I can kind of make it look kind of the same, since I kind of wanted to do that. I'm saying kind of a lot. Damn it. All right. So, and then I realized that what makes it pretty cool is to bring out the colors. Now, as you can see, this is kind of bland and grayish. So what I do is I make a new layer. I go to my brush tool, and now I can see the ring, which sucks. Because before I couldn't see it. Put the hardness to absolutely 0. Put it to a nice blue, and what I did is try to make it a little bit more blue. So I just kind of like sprayed all of it, or brushed all of it, and then I went to soft light. And as you can see, that's fucked up, man. So I put the opacity down really low to 30, and as you can see, it looks more blue and a little bit more alive. So it's a really good technique to make your colors look a little bit better. So what I'm going to do now is look at the grunge. I'm looking at the grungy stuff that I put in, and that's kind of like floating around it. It looks pretty nice. So this is also part of the Rated Designs 40K Jedi graphics pack, and it has a grunge overlay. And what I use, and I really like the grunge overlays because it makes it look really nice, or in my opinion, it looks pretty good. And as you can see, it's already coming to a really good finished product, and I really like it. So I'm going to duplicate that by hitting Control J, dragging it over to the left side, hit Control T, and then I'm going to flip horizontally, and then I'm going to apply the transformation, and then kind of even it out just a little bit more. So this looks pretty good already. It's starting to come together a lot. So then I'm going to look at the other one, kind of refer to it. I actually like the second image a shitload better because it looks a little bit more blue, and it looks a little bit more sharp, if you can tell the difference. And you can't really see how good the pictures really are in this recording, but they look a lot nicer in person. Because people are following it in Photoshop should know by now. So now I'm going to the social icon pack, also by Rated Designs, a really good graphic designer. I'm going to grab this Twitter and YouTube one. I'm going to just click it and drag it into my thing, and then I'm going to grab the YouTube one and then drag it in also. Looks pretty good. So I'm just going to kind of align it, and I really like placing it right over that right below the Clippyyy to the left, and it looks really good. And yeah, that's about it. And I also did it in my other one, but a little bit different position, a little more to the left. So then I also want to give credit to Rated Designs for the all the things that I used, like the Rated Design social pack, the grungy look, and everything. So I put his logo inside of it also, and I put it next to the YouTube and the Twitter. I should also do CCO, but I'll get to that a little bit later. I might change it just a little bit more off camera. But this already looks pretty nice. As you can see, it almost looks exactly like the first one. Really nice, blue, abstract, and good. So now I'm going to look at both of them, I'm comparing it, and I'm like, holy shit, this second one looks better. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I think I actually changed it just a little bit more than what I do now. I'm like, all right, so see you guys later. Thanks for watching. But wait a minute, I could do one more thing that could make it better. As you can see in the first image that I had for YouTube, that kind of looks exactly like these, but red design. In that little like hump thing, I put official channel, and I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to change my color back, my foreground color back to white, and I'm going to pick up the text tool. I think I'm going to still use the same font, so I think you should always use the same font. And then I'm going to do that. I'm looking at all of them, and as you can see, I have the official channel in that little area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm like, oh, that looks pretty good. I might apply it to this one. So I'm going to pull up the text tool and then put official channel, because I think it looks, again, really nice. So, thank you guys for watching. My name's Clippyyy. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. This has been a long-ass video. My throat is just sore from talking, and I kind of messed up a little bit of parts, but give me some slack. Yeah, thank you for 10,000 views. It's like, what the fuck? I know it isn't kind of exactly my views, but it's views are views. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been a banner tutorial. And I actually did change it a lot off camera, and I made it look really, really good because I put like a little background thing. So thank you guys for watching. Please apply this to your own banner if you're learning beginner in Photoshop like me. And see you guys later, and bye. Oh wait, I also forgot to say, if you want me to make you a banner, I'll make you one. I might charge you, I don't know, but thank you guys for watching, and bye.